Hi, this is Karl with Relax, Focus, Succeed. Today I want to talk about using your body as an unmoving point of reference in your life. And I know that sounds odd, but I'll get into that and I hope it'll make some sense and help you out. Many of you are familiar with Shakespeare's famous Sonnet 116 about love. Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love which alters when it alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove. Oh no, it is an ever fixed mark that looks on tempests and is never shaken. It is the star to every wandering bark, whose worth's unknown, though his height be taken. Now, in that, bark means a boat. So when he said it's an ever fixed mark, right, that guides every little bark, those are the ships, the little boats out at sea. And you have to remember, this was written in the 1590s. So using a sextant and a compass and figuring out where you are in the world based on the stars, based on the North Pole and the ever fixed mark, that was science at the time. That was big science. So this is a poem about both love and science. Now, what has that got to do with you and making your life a little bit better? Well, one of my favorite apps is 10%, which is based on the theme that, you should do things to make your life just about 10% happier, right? So it's got all kinds of apps and audio programs and so forth. And in one of the programs I listened to recently, one of my favorite folks in there is Sebene, and she talked about how your body is always in the present. And that really stood out to me, because if you think about it, your brain spends a lot of time somewhere else. Your brain goes into imaginary worlds that don't exist or don't yet exist. Your brain spends time in the past worrying about things you can't change, drilling up conversations you had 30 years ago with somebody who's passed away since then, worrying about the future. Your brain travels into the future and is concerned about what's going to happen this afternoon and how that conversation is going to go, how are we going to pay the rent and whether business is going up or down, looking forward to happy things, looking forward to vacations and time at the beach. Your brain looks forward and backward and off into la la land a lot. That's its job, right? That creativity, that keeping things flowing and connecting the past and the present and the future, that's awesome. But your body is always exactly where it is, which is why when you think about like meditation, if you can rely on your body, you know where you are. And so great meditation begins with calming yourself and doing a body scan. And that's a very common thing, whether you do it quickly. Some body scans take 45 minutes. Some body scans take 30 seconds, just kind of take stock. Is anything uncomfortable? Is anything in pain? Do I need to adjust my chair? Whatever. But then you dig into the moment. When I talk about the moment, you count your breath. How do you do that? Well, you don't need a tool. You don't need a metronome. You don't need an app. You don't need somebody else to tell you to count your breath or to pay attention to your breath. You can feel air moving in and out of your nostrils. You can feel your chest moving up and down, right? So when you sit in a chair and you think about your body, that is your fixed mark. That is your North Pole. That is the place where you can stay and say, okay, I know exactly what's going on here. And this is important. A lot of people meditate to reduce anxiety. Some people meditate, like me, I meditate to reduce pain. And reduce isn't really the word. I meditate to be aware of my pain and sometimes to accept my pain. I have rheumatoid arthritis and I've had it for more than 20 years. And when I think about my pain and what I'm going through, I have to put it in its place. I have to know I am not the pain. The pain is not me. The pain exists, But as Shinzen Young points out in his meditations on pain, you have to think about pain. It's not just a thing that it comes and goes. No, pain can be sharp, it can be dull, it can move, it can throb, it can go away, it can come back, right? You might have pain in one place one day and pain in a different place the other day. Pain can also be mental. So you can do the exact same thing with mental pain, but know it is outside of your body. Your pain is not a thing that exists on its own. Your pain is something you experience, but you don't have to let it define you. And again, whether that's anxiety, whether that's mental pain or physical pain, it's a thing. It's a thing you can know, and knowing it helps you to deal with it. It's also important, you see this all the time in movies and in TV and so forth. When there's an emergency, somebody says, stop, take a deep breath, you're okay. Like, you need to know, you're okay. What's going on? Where am I? What are my surroundings? How are things going? So if you are worried about things, then sitting in a chair and saying, okay, this is my body. I'm here, I'm in my living room or my back porch or hot tub or whatever. I'm not in danger. I'm okay. In this moment, in this 30 seconds, in this 60 seconds, I'm okay. My body is here. I have a certain level of comfort or discomfort. Maybe you have no pain. Maybe it's all just worry about the future or this afternoon. Maybe it's concern about the past and something you said that you wish you could take back. But in this moment right now, deep breath, there's my breath. I can count that. I can look out the window. I can watch the birds. I can wiggle my toes. I'm aware of my body. I'm aware of where I am and when I am. And I know I'm safe and I'm here and it's okay. And no matter what else is going on in this moment, I can focus on the reality of my environment. And the reason that creating your body or thinking of your body as a fixed mark is so useful is that in times of urgent behavior or emergencies or even in a moment of stress in your normal day, it's always okay to take one breath and then say, okay, take stock. Yes, a client is calling and they're yelling and screaming on the phone and we might lose money on this contract and the boss is yelling down my throat. Okay, but I am here. I am safe. All is well. My body is not in danger. My brain is not in danger. I do need to focus on this moment. I need to take stock of what I know and what I don't know, what is a possible problem and what is not, right? You can do that, but it takes practice. And that's where meditation really helps. Because eventually with meditation, you'll be able to almost see yourself from the outside. And you've seen people talk about this, that it's almost like I was, outside my body and looking and saying, oh, okay, so there he is sitting in a chair. He looks reasonably comfortable. He's counting the number of birds that fly by or listening to sounds. And, oh, there was a fire truck going by. Oh, and there's some noise from the freeway, right? There's little things that just allow you to be in the moment. But you can always start with knowing that your physical body is always in the present moment. Your brain can go instantly wild into the future. Oh my God, all these horrible things are going to happen, right? Or it can go instantly into the past. Oh, I'm so sorry that I said this and that I didn't say sorry to somebody I should have, and then I tripped up on this and I'm an idiot, right? And it can go into fantasy land, like instantaneously. Oh man, if I only won the lottery, then I could get that house on the beach and I could leave all these losers behind. Your brain wants to be everywhere, but knowing that you can calm it and you can say, okay, let's start with my physical body. I'm here. This is what's going on. This is what is or is not the current danger. 99.99999% of the time, there is no danger, right? It's just we are here in this moment. But you need to practice that so then when something comes up instantaneously, your first thought is to take a deep breath and say, let me do a 1 second scan. All is well, my body is fine, I'm not in danger. A lot of our reaction to problems is that, you've heard it a million times, fight or flight, right? And that can happen because of emergencies that have to do with finances and bosses and employees and other people and clients and family members and kids and parents and, right? All of those things can instantaneously make your fight or flight reflexes go into flight mode, right? And so just being able to know, well, wait a minute, I don't need to be in fight or flight. I can take 1 second, I can breathe, I can say, my body's here, I'm safe, it's okay. So yeah, somebody's yelling and screaming at me, that's outside my body and it exists within a context, right? As soon as you begin to analyze it based on the fact that in this moment, I'm okay, it begins to make everything a little bit better because you've got the perspective that you are not in danger. You've got the perspective that you understand the actual situation and are not going into fight mode instantaneously or flight mode instantaneously. So consider that. And if you haven't taken up meditation, you know, I know it gets old, but I'm just telling you, sit in a chair for 5 minutes, every day for a week. You will notice a difference. You'll notice a difference in how you approach things. You'll notice a difference in how you respond to things. And if it helps, think of your body as that ever-fixed mark. And allow yourself to use that as a place where you can always get back to it, because the good news is you've always got it with you. I hope it helps. I'm open to any comments or questions you have. For Relax, Focus, Succeed, this is Karl Palachuk, wishing you the best of luck in everything you do.